Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I won't lie, I've been reading all of your comments on the last Architects album reaction, which was Lost Forever, Lost Together. I had to just double check the name because I keep mixing up the Lost Forever, Lost Together. I keep interchanging the two because, yeah, my brain just doesn't work half the time. But, man, I've been reading all your comments just because I know what I'm about to get myself into, and I'm sitting here and I'm already getting emotional reading the comments, just even thinking about what we're going into. So I think the plan for this video is I will just really focus in on the music. And I mean, obviously, if there's an obvious moment to speak, I will try and do so. Weirdly enough, it just started to, like, I think you can probably hear it when I speak, but in the background, it just started to, like, really heavily rain in Ireland. It's so dark out. So it just feels right to tackle what everyone is describing as, well, not everyone, but with the meaning and everything behind this album, people are really calling this their magnum opus, their masterpiece, their #1 album. There is varied opinions on that, but, you know, I'm in two minds because I really want to be honest, but I also want to give this album the respect that it deserves. You know, from what I can see from reading all your comments, I see a comment from Kyle Smith here, who basically just said, Architects 2014 to 2018 in a nutshell is Lost Forever, Lost Together. Tom is diagnosed with cancer, which is the last album we did. All Our Gods, which is, you know, the album that we're going to do now. Tom knows his diagnosis is terminal and his remaining time is finite. The album is essentially a window into the highest highs and lowest lows of Tom's mind as he contemplates the meaning of life. So I'm reading all these comments, like I'm getting goosebumps now, even just like thinking of that topic. So I do really want to give this the utmost respect. Obviously, I'll be honest with the music, but like, I know Architects, I'm going to love it. I know I'm going to love it, but it's whether or not I'm going to be able to hold it together with the lyrics and that kind of thing, knowing the story and knowing how much it means to so many people. So yeah, and then Kyle Smith also went on to say, holy hell, the band is grappling to find solace and adopt a more hopeful outlook in the wake of Tom's passing. So yeah, I mean, it goes without saying this is going to be an emotional one, guys. I've seen you guys suggest different songs from the album, saying this is the best song, this is the best song. I've tried to not pay too much attention to it because I do want to go in as like unbiased as possible. So yeah, guys, without any further ado, we're going to jump into Architects, All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us, their 2016 album, which is the last album that featured songwriter and guitarist Tom Searle.
We are beggars, we are so fucking white, away from what inside we have the world out of fate. Well, our days are made of nature, but all our gods have abandoned us. All our gods have abandoned us. This is the greatest integration. We sold our souls for my salvation. We are all the shades of misery, the rated champions of tragedy. They use the faith as
If I manage to hang together for this album, it's gonna be a miracle.
is a failed state. So they betray the race. This is a failed state.
The fact that these lyrics aren't necessarily massively focusing on his, you know, well, I guess the topics that Tom is writing about here is like the general state of the world and the way in which he sees it through his eyes that he's leaving behind. But like, it's not even directly him. I'm sure there's going to be songs that maybe more specifically speak about him through his own eyes, but even the idea of someone, it's like almost like that's why it's like emotional. It's like a selfless thing, you know, that even like for the whole overall, like, I suppose, dying thoughts to be thinking more about the global scale of the way in which like humans treat each other at the moment. There was some extremely powerful lyrics in that. I'm not going to go back through each and every one, but it's like kind of certain lyrics that are getting me, that it's not just related to directly to the death of Tom, but obviously it just makes it hit harder. But it's just it's because it's so true. I think that's what makes it so emotional, is because it's such powerful truths that they're saying, you know. It's I think one of the lyrics are along the lines of, if our hearts were made of gold, we'd try and sell them. I've butchered that, but it was along those lines. Again, like, you know, kind of metaphorical writing, but it's just like, it's brilliant writing. It's brilliant writing. And with the overall story, you know, it makes it that little bit better. So let's keep going.
They want all for one and not for all. I want to pay that to witness the downfall.
I need to pause it. Just that lyric alone is, that's like it feels like heroic or something. It's like, not even speaking about, obviously, I know he's saying, Architect's going to speak about they a lot, like the the powers that be, you know, governmental issues and that kind of thing, environmental issues, global scale issues, corruption, all that kind of thing. So it's like such a, it's not I want to be here for me, it's I want to be here to witness the downfall of this corruption. You know, it seems so selfless, and it's such a fucking hard lyric. That is so good. They want all for one and none for all. I want to be there to witness the downfall. I think normally I'd probably overlook that lyric, but knowing that it's coming from a man who is terminally ill and knows he's about to pass, it just adds so much more to that lyric. I'm gonna just keep going because I'm gonna end up crying again. So cast your votes, watch them shed their skin. Oh! We are paralyzed, but there are none so blind. Yes, those who will not say what's it going to take to get us to stand up. 'Cause you can see it in their eyes, they don't give a fuck. Yeah, but what matters to us? Another face was bigger, an empty silhouette fell under pockets of labor, 6 feet deep in debt. So just your vows, watch them shed their skin. Always out for blood, praying on the wings. We can count on them to bring the future bleed. But we're still standing by, lost they lead astray. We are paralyzed, but there are none so blind. Yes, those who will not say what's it going to take to get us to stand up. 'Cause you can see it in their eyes, they don't give a fuck. Yeah, but what matters to us? So enough is enough. What's it going to take to get us to stand up? 'Cause you can see it in their eyes, they don't give a fuck. These rebellious lyrics will always be so good in metal. Always. Right and wrong, it's all the same to me. Think of things as far as I can say. They only chisel. Right and wrong, it's all the same to me. Think of things as far as I can say. I can see. They only chisel, but we're still standing by.
A sickness with no remedy except the ones inside of me. You ever wonder how deep you could sink into nothing at all? Disintegrate and annihilate me. A sickness with no remedy except the ones inside of me. You ever wonder how deep
This is so intense.
There's no more time to kill. This time is standing
still. The full range of emotions I'm feeling right now. I'm getting goosebumps, chills. I want to cry. I want to headbang, but then it feels wrong because I've got like tears in my eyes and I'm headbanging. It's just a mad experience. But it seems so far the topics that I've picked up on is the intro almost is like that kind of global outlook from what I've heard so far, where Tom is directly speaking about the state of the world and, you know, the way in which we're going, I suppose, as a human race. And now it seems like he's going to those dark places like Kyle spoke about in his comment at the start of the video that I read out. You know, he's at the depths of hell, essentially, and questioning everything. And, you know, oh man, Jesus, this is phenomenal. It kind of like, I don't want to say I feel guilty, but like this band just doesn't owe anyone anything. I know I'm coming from the point of view of someone who kind of started listening to their music with their is it For Those Who Wish to Exist? Is that the name of the album? Give me a sec. Yeah, For Those That Wish to Exist. That album was the album that I was introduced to Architects with, and you know, I didn't have any expectations because it was the first time I've heard their album. And you know, I loved the singles, but then the album came out and I didn't massively love that. And that was kind of almost the general sentiment across the board with a lot of people. Obviously there is people that do really enjoy that album, which is fair enough. There's singles on it that are brilliant, and that's what got me into the band, like Animals. I've gone over these so many times, but you know, Animals was the first song I ever heard by them. Then I think it was Black Lungs. I heard Dead Butterflies, and I heard Meteor. So they were all fantastic singles that they released before that album came out. And then the album came out and it just didn't click with me. You know, I was kind of expecting big things because I loved all the singles. Maybe it was just the wrong singles choices, but I think overall the album just didn't feel like it flowed too much for me. Honestly, I haven't gone back to it much, so I think it is probably my duty to go back in my own time and just even check them out, because having heard Holy Hell, falling in love with that album, now this, just feeling the raw emotion and understanding Architects' history a little bit more, it makes me feel a little bit like, I don't want to say guilty, because look, it's just criticism and honesty on a YouTube channel. It's not the biggest deal in the world. I was trying to be respectful all along with any criticism that I made, and it comes from a good place. But like the Classic Symptoms of a Broken Spirit, it's almost like I'm almost more like lenient with that kind of music now. It's like, look, these guys have created such amazing music, like Lost Forever, Lost Together, Holy Hell, and now this. Like, if that's their entire career, so be it. Like, if that is all they ever brought out, like they didn't bring out any other albums, they don't owe the world anything with emotion-filled projects like that. There's some bands that will go their entire career, some artists, rappers, mainstream pop artists, that will never as deeply touch on topics like Architects are capable of doing in their entire career, and Architects have done it 3 times. So yeah, at least 3 times. Obviously, you know, other albums can grow on me over time, but just from what I've heard so far, this is the 3rd album that has really, like, you know, gotten to me, whether it be from the emotional standpoint or just the pure genius of the actual, you know, instrumentals, the actual songwriting itself. Look, there is some brilliant songs on the Classic Symptoms of a Broken Spirit and For Those That Wish to Exist, but it does make me feel a little bit like, oh man, was I too harsh? Like, not knowing the full backstory, it kind of gives you more lenience to just say, look, let them do whatever they want to do, man. If they want to have fun with their music, which is obviously what they were doing with the Classic Symptoms of a Broken Spirit, let them have fun, because they don't owe the world anything, you know. Hindsight's 2020, obviously. You know, if I had done it in that order, maybe my opinions would be different, but I've gone in a bit of a backwards order. But yeah, this is so emotional, guys, so I'll just shut up.
Tell me what's little weapon to watch your kingdom grow. Are the actors in the ocean ever thought this through? Serve along that the cancer would spread. So don't be surprised to find a price on your head. Tell me what's with a weapon, what's your jack to grab? While the anchors in the ocean have a slack. Let's know. That's the way to go. No rise without the fall. I say the great divide. You can run but you can hide. You can run but you can hide. I let the devil and gun and get down the mountain. I thought I found the end. But you would still be the start. I'm burning up inside. I'm too tired of all of the violence inside of you. Just let go. Gravity, hold on to me. So come and wash us away. Just that fuck we don't last forever. It's now or never. Is this the catalyst? Just let me burn the bridge that makes me nowhere. 'Cause this time is never coming back. So make no mistake, it's just a matter of time before the way breaks. So stand your ground. The earth will shake. So twist the knife, 'cause I am finally awake. So come and wash us away. Just that fuck we don't last forever. It's now or never. Is this the catalyst? Just let me burn the bridge that makes me nowhere. 'Cause this God is never coming back. I'm burning up inside. I'm too tired of all of the violence inside of you. Just let go. What are you waiting for? I'm too tired of all of the violence inside of you. It's all you know. Gravity, hold on to me. So stand your ground. The earth will shake. So twist the knife, 'cause I am finally awake. The watchers will march to the beat of the drum. The spirits are broken, they have nowhere to run. They dream of flying yet alone again. But the strengths all know they pay the pipe inside. Track marks across the planet. Are they ready? They try for them to advance. They will kill one another just to destiny. Reaches for desperation. God dream, we've hit an all-time low.
Let me just pause it real quick and yeah, so I was honestly thinking that this was going to be more specifically focused on the actual passing of Tom, but it is actually still keeping to the theme of what architects speak about a lot of their albums, and not only like back then but up until now. Like Black Lungs is one of the tracks that stands out to me, like with that really obvious environmentally, like sociological kind of impact or view on the world. Like really, really obvious. Like even the name of the track, Black Lungs, like obviously people breathing in fucking, you know, whatever shit that we're putting into the environment. So this album is like really still focused on that, but I think it's just, you're kind of looking at it through the lens of someone who's, if it almost drives the topic home more when you realize how, you know, is finite the word? I suppose how inevitable death is and how irrelevant everything is. Like these, you know, governmental problems and things that arise from, you know, people being power hungry, and there's people suffering all over the world, and at the end of the day it all means nothing. It kind of makes you think about the perspective from the position that you might be dying. You know, it's almost like, although a lot of the topics that they're dealing with I've heard them speak about in previous albums or albums that followed this, it's giving me a whole new like appreciation, and even to go back and listen to their other albums that I've heard already and view it through that lens of not just like surface level listening to it, almost putting yourself in Tom's position that he would have been whilst writing this, or not just Tom's, but the perspective of anyone who's essentially, you know, on their deathbed. I know he wouldn't have been directly on his deathbed when writing this, but not far off it. You know, it's kind of like, that's what makes the topics hit so much harder in this album for me so far. There's obviously elements where you are directly thinking about Tom, having him in mind, and he's obviously dealing with the fact that he's completely helpless in moments, and you know, he's questioning everything. So that's emotional in its own right, but I'm actually surprised by how consistent the lyrics are across their albums. You know, this isn't too far astray from what they've spoken about before. I kind of thought that this album will be like almost dedicated to Tom's life, based on what everyone says. I know this album is dedicated to him because, you know, it was released after his passing, so just by default it's going to be dedicated to him. But I was thinking that maybe the lyrical content would be more focused on like his mental state at the time, and you know, I guess it is to a certain extent, but it is still like overall focused on, you know, what architects are so good at writing about, man. It's like not even just like the environmental, it's like the power, it's like a rebellious Rage Against the Machine kind of vibe, you know. It's really like standing up, and it's just, I love that kind of music. It just works so well with metal, especially when it's like angry screaming as well. This is where screaming doesn't get enough credit, you know, because I've always been not so much critical, but I never massively loved screaming, and it's just about finding the right bands who do it well. And Architects do it so fucking well. Like, even when Sam's like singing and being traditionally emotional with his singing, it's still like harsh. It's still a scream, but it's a beautiful combination, and the riffs and everything in this are absolutely unbelievable. As always with Architects, if there's one thing you can't really deny, it's they'll always find a way to get a really bouncy, groovy riff in. Even on their more recent music, I know it's not as maybe technical, but they're so good. No matter who the writer is, who the guitarist is, they've been so consistent across the years with their ability to write catchy music, whether it be through vocals and like vocal harmonies, or through just writing really groovy, bouncy guitar riffs. So yeah, shout out to Architects. What a fucking band. From the Wilderness. I feel like I'm over the emotional part of it. At the start, it was a little bit like reading the comments and everything before the video kind of got me in that like that mindset of like almost overthinking the topic and not just appreciating the music.
There is no end game, so whisper the truth and push on the blame. Just put us out of our misery. That's the fate, is the victory. We're burning out, we're fading away. A failed evolution is the problem, the solution that they've been searching for. We're waiting for the world to save itself, 'cause nothing is built to last. We're writing our ambitions, so reset and start again, 'cause we all know how this ends. Before we'll be dead again. A thorn in the side of the earth. When do you draw the line? A flowing by design. The rest is history. That's the fate, it's the victory. We're burning out.
Okay, I want to touch on these lyrics, because if I'm interpreting them correctly, let me just quickly read. So, there is no end game, so whisper the truth and pass on the blame. Just put us out of our misery. This defeat is a victory. We're burning out, we're fading away. A failed evolution is the problem the solution that they've been searching for. We're waiting for the world to save itself, because nothing is built to last. We're writing our epitaph. So I had to look up what epitaph meant. I kind of got an idea from the actual lyrical substance, but it means a phrase or form of words written in memory of a person who has died, especially as an inscription on a tombstone. Are we writing our epitaph? We're waiting for the world to save itself, because nothing is built to last. We're writing our epitaph, so reset and start again, because we all know how this ends. Before long we'll be dead and gone, a thorn in the side of the earth. Where do you draw the line? A flaw in the design, the rest is history. So, this defeat is a... Maybe I'm reaching, but is this saying essentially that humans as a species are a thorn in the side of the earth? Like, we are just, taking humans as being the sole focus of, being alive, and the earth's existing without humans, whether humans are here or not. I'm interpreting that as this defeat, us humans dying, or in this case, Tom being a part of the human race, dying is a victory, because the solution we are looking for, which they're referring to in this, is actually getting rid of... a failed evolution is the problem, the solution that they've been searching for. Is the problem the solution that they've been searching for? We're burning out, we're fading away. A failed evolution. Is the problem the solution that they've been searching for? We're waiting for the world to save itself, because nothing is built to last. The way I'm interpreting that, again, open to anyone else's interpretation or the actual literal meaning of what they're talking about, but that's kind of how I'm seeing it, is that, like, humans are the problem that we so desperately are trying to seek a solution to. and it's a victory that we pass away because we are the thorn in the side of the earth. Maybe I'm reaching with that one, but that's just kind of how I'm interpreting that from first listen. I was just kind of listening to it and looking at the lyrics, and I was like, that's such a cool, like, emotional, interesting take.
We live in an infinite growth paradigm. Nothing grows forever. It's not possible. As the great psychologist James Hillman wrote, the only thing that grows in a human body after a certain age is cancer. And I think that that's clearly what we're seeing at the end of human industrial civilization, with a population approaching 7 billion. We're all Julius son. I feel it under my skin. Always up and out without lifting a finger. Lifting a finger. We may be infinite, but this world is not.
I've got to talk about it. I'm going to bring it all back, guys. I've got to talk about it because I have spent a lot of time just literally doing nothing and listening to this, but it is so emotional. Such a story behind it. But one, that little excerpt there, the only thing that grows in the human body after a certain age is cancer. And I think that's clearly what we're seeing at the end of the human industrial civilization, with the population approaching 7 billion. Oh, I've chills. We're all guilty of sin. I feel it. I feel it under my skin. The way they leave a pause after that to like almost leave it open to the listener to actually think about it from their own perspective. It's so true, man. It's like we all have so many, you know, like I'm agreeing with everything. Like we all agree with the architect's lyrics and like the environmental aspects and everything, but it's like how many people are actually very devoted and devote their entire life. Not necessarily that you have to devote your entire life to be, you know, someone who is very environmentally conscious, but how much difference are you actually making by just like agreeing with the philosophies of people who are really doing something, you know? So it's like he's leaving this out there. It's a very deliberate, it's a very direct statement, but the pause before the breakdown is kind of like, to me, it's like that. It gives it so much more, you have to think about it, you know? Let me bring it back. Yeah. Again, trademark architect's delivery on such an interesting topic that never gets old to listen to, you know?
As above, so below, dismantle piece by piece, what's left will not decease. As seasons bring relief. Let me live and die in peace.
Nothing can be held on to. To the degree that you go with a stream, you see, you are still. You're flowing with it. But to the degree you resist the stream, then you notice that the current is rushing past you and fighting you. So swim with it. Go with it. And you're there. You're at rest.
It'll weigh you down, it's as if I has a mind of its own, has a mind of its own. It'll weigh you down, who's scared about, who's scared about. It's as if I has a mind of its own, has a mind of
you can't hang on to yourself. You don't have to try not to hang on to yourself. It can't be done, and that is salvation. Memento mori, be mindful of death.
Man, I don't know if that was like coincidence the Holy Hell came on after that, but that just made that even bigger. Oh my god. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. That was amazing. That was an amazing album. I thought it was over the emotional side of it. I'm not gonna lie, at the start I seen the track was 8 minutes long, and then I remembered I'd seen Memento Mori, like I mentioned a few times in comments, where people were like, wait until he hears Memento Mori. So I was kind of like, okay, this must be like either the outro track or at least a big track, being 8 minutes long. And I couldn't really get into it because of the like sound design that was used at the start. Like it was kind of like a weird glitchy, like and it was kind of like almost off-putting to me. But the massive like orchestral feel at the end just felt very, very like you can tell the kind of feeling that they were trying to get across with the obviously the name Memento Mori, be mindful of death, or remember that you will die, is a very fitting outro name or a track to an album that is not so much just focused on Tom, but overall being very aware of how finite life is. And, you know, like I said, when you look at the topics that were touched on from the perspective of someone that, you know, is terminally ill, it gives you more you guys were right. Yeah, this album. Oh, fucking hell, man. This is like when I listen to A Quiet Place to Die by by Alpha Wolf. It was like, although I was emotional throughout it, well, I wasn't really in that one, but at the end it just kind of hit me. You know, when it's finished, it kind of like, okay, look, I'm gonna have the video up. Fucking hell. All right, I'm done, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much for watching. Maybe I'll come back and do another piece at the end of this, but right now I just no. Okay, I'm coming back to do the outro to this video. Okay, I've given it like a minute. I just needed that little moment to excuse me, to just process the album. I'm gonna need a good few more listens to that to really appreciate the emotion, but the Memento Mori track, really, really good way to finish off that album. Like, I would say, honestly, from a music standpoint, I probably would be more inclined to think that there's better songs on Holy Hell and Lost, Forever Lost Together. Again, I think I fucked it again. Have I actually gotten that wrong again? How many times do I have to look at this before it just sinks in? Lost, Forever Lost Together. I don't know. I can't even remember what I said now. But I think, like, riff wise and everything, I think those albums were like getting me moving a lot more. But at the same time, I was listening to this album differently than I was listening to those albums. I was kind of like almost ignoring how good some of the riffs were and the breakdowns and everything, because I was so focused on just making sure I gave the lyrical substance as much respect as possible. So I will have to listen to this a few more times just to even like see where it stands up against the other two. Phenomenal album regardless. Like, I mean, just from the amount of feels I got from that, like whether or not it has the added story of Tom passing away after the album or before the album was released, obviously that's a massive factor in the emotional side of things. But just the overall, like some of the lyrics in that, the really rebellious lyrics paired with the just that like magnifying glass that's held over the, you know, the obvious Tom passing, you know, all of that linked in together is just, and credit where credit's due to Sam to be able to pull off the emotion in those. Like, I'm sure there was a lot of tears shed and horrible days in the studio, you know, singing those lyrics that I'm sure his good friend Tom and bandmate had written, knowing that, you know, he wasn't going to be around in, you know, very soon. So yeah, guys, I don't even want to give this album a rating. I just don't think it's fair to rate this album right now, because I was only looking at it through one lens, and this album needs to be looked through a lot of lenses, as do a lot of albums, to be fair. But just with the emotions clouding my judgments a little bit, I think it's just not fair right now to, not even not fair, like it's not that big of a deal to rate it, but it would be pointless for me to rate it because I can't actually rate it right now, because I didn't, you know, listen to it, you know, from all angles without the emotional ties to it. So again, this will be a hard one to ever listen to without the emotional ties, because it's so in your face, it's so glaringly obvious, you can't really get away from it. But, you know, I will maybe update in a future Architects video or something along those lines. So yeah, guys, that was a fun one to say the least. I was gonna just leave it on me, you know, not outroing the video, but that felt a bit weird to do that, so I'm back. So I appreciate all you guys watching. For anyone who stuck around for the whole video and watching me cry on the internet, yeah, that's always a weird one to post. But look, anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like in the video if you did enjoy. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Patreon.com/DrewFortune if you want to support me as a creator. And yeah, as always, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're all crying like me and enjoying this album as much as I did. Although maybe it didn't look like it in certain parts because it was just emotional mess. But that's the beauty of music as well, lads. It's not all about just banging your head. Beautiful. Right, guys, I'm signing out. Look after yourselves. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
All of God's ever been